What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. Grateful to have each and every last one of y'all tune in today. I want to touch on a few topics. First topic is going to be seeking external things for internal validation. And this can look something like, I need to go buy this car so my dream girl can like me more, or this car will get me more girls. And that is I know for a fact that a lot of us can fall in that category or have experienced this to some measure. And that can be jewelry, that can be cars, that can be clothes, that can be career, etc., etc. And one thing that I want to talk about is you cannot buy love. And this may be a controversial point, but you literally cannot buy love, bro. If I go and I buy my girlfriend, if I go and I buy a girl, bro, if I ever get to a point where I cannot purchase anything else, like if I can't buy her anymore and I cannot maintain that, that's gonna fall right out the window. It's gonna flow out the window like oxygen. You see what I'm saying? There's no reason, there's no possible way to even, you know, indulge into that being reality, because it's not reality, bro. You never want to get to the point where if you buy a girl, and this can be for women too, bro. It doesn't really matter, bro. You can even buy friends, but it's the same concept, bro. If you ever get to a point where you down on your knuckles, bro, they're out of there. They're gone. It's clipped. It was never authentic. So you should never even, you know, feel like you need to go down that route, meaning I need to, you know, brag. I need to, you know, show the world all of the fruits, you know, that I've inherited, or all of the things that I've done, and this, that, and the third. Like, even being a content creator, bro, I still have to be mindful what I show the internet. You know what I'm saying? So that is very important. Just seeking external things to, you know, really to really make yourself feel whole, feel full. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna get that by buying love, and you should just, you know, it's not good. But to go more into detail with this, I really want to just talk about, you know, what it means to actually not seek external things. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in thinking that this life stuff is a race, bro. We get on social media and we see all of these amazing things being done, but like, little do you know, everybody has their own race. Everybody has crossed the finish line at different times, and it's so easy to get caught up into looking at other people that you second guess yourself, or you underestimate yourself. And what that can lead to is starting to doubt yourself when you move on to different ventures in life, because you're so caught up in looking at what other people done, how fast they did it, that you start to underestimate yourself and overestimate the opponent. You see? So that can, you know, really take a toll on your mental, because now you start to think like, okay, man, you start to feel and you start to shift your reality based off what you internally have convinced yourself to be true. And what that is now you kind of can start to go and be insecure in certain situations, because now you've shifted your energy internally. And a lot of people don't really know that it's not just one it's not just one situation that's different than everything else. Like, you ever heard like the saying that everything is everything, or how you do one thing is how you do everything? That's a great point to this discussion, because if you are being insecure in one area, if you are being, you know, underestimating yourself and overestimating your opponent, that kind of is shifting your internal energy. You naturally start to convince yourself that you're not good enough, or you're not up to par to complete this job, or you're not ready for this career, because you looked at somebody else's opinion and somebody else's journey and said, oh man, if they went through that, I know I can't do it. Or if they went through that, if they had to go through that much pain to get to that amount of money inside of their account, I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to handle that. That's overestimating the opponent and underestimating yourself, because now you are thinking that they are more powerful than you, or they have thicker skin than you. Bro, that literally is not true. You see? And it's low-key, it just be sad sometimes, because it's easy for us to do that, bro. Like, we're human, bro. We naturally have like this ego to the point where we look too much at other people. That's why I think Instagram cooked us. And if we don't get off of Instagram, or at least be mindful how much we use Instagram, we will get lost in our own lives to the point where we will lose ourselves because we're so caught up in what other people are doing. Like, bro, you didn't even take your vitamins today. You see what I'm saying? And it's funny because, bro, I've been on a run all day, and that's one thing that I've learned today, that like, bro, it don't matter how much stuff you got to do. It don't matter what happens. You know, it just, who are you going to be when it does happen? You see? So that's just one point that I want to touch on. Another point that I do want to touch on, and this is very important too, is it's not about what happens to you. It's about who you are going to be when it does happen. And when you are becoming a better person, when you are in understanding who you actually want to be, and you're not seeking external things to prove that to yourself. You don't look external and be like, wow, is this what I want to do? Would they think that's good enough? Or would that make enough money? Would that be socially accepted? You see, you get caught up into understanding that, okay, I don't need to worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, any desire that has come to me, it came to me for a reason. I'm not about to sit and dwell on if somebody else will accept it or not. It's not up to them to accept. God gave it to you. So it's up to you to either execute on it, or it's just going to go on to the next person. This energy is very important, bro. Energy is so important. And if you do not take advantage of it or understand it, then it will take advantage of you. And you will be clueless. You will be sitting there lost with your legs hanging open because you just free coochie at that point. And that's just the reality of it. And the reason why that is so important, to touch back on my point, is that you literally have to understand that this is your world, and what you desire is perfectly fine. And you have to be so okay. You have to be internally, comfortable and okay with you having a desire, putting your best foot forward, even being willing to look stupid, and still being okay with it not working out how you expected it to within a certain time frame. And that's where the real bosses, that's where the real boss women, boss men, CEOs, hunchos, OGs, whatever you want to call it, that's who the OGs are. The people that are willing to accept their desire, understand that they have a bigger picture, and it may not be as clear as everybody. But one thing that I do know is that that's who the bosses are, that are willing to shift internally to a degree where they are fine with it not working, bro. They're fine with putting their best foot forward and understanding that, bro, if it does not work out how I expected, I'm totally fine with that, because I became a better person. I was moving at a high energy, and I was moving at a degree where I know for a fact I'm going to be a better person on the other side of this desire. And that can be girls, that can be career, that can be gym, that can be school, whatever the case may be, bro. That could be buying your mama house, whatever it is, bro. It is so freaking important that you understand that you have these desires for a reason, and you don't, belittle yourself. You don't doubt yourself because of other people, or because somebody else don't think it was possible, or they bumped their head when they tried to do it and it didn't work for them. That's not you. You're a different body. The third thing that I do want to touch on, and we honestly will probably end off here, but don't click off yet because this is going to be a gem. It is very important that you understand you need to believe before you can see. That's what faith is. Understanding that I may not be able to see the fruit tree up under this surface, up under the ground. I may not be able to see how big or how good the seeds that I planted are working, but I know that they're working, and I know that I will be able to eat fruit off of my tree very soon. I just have to keep watering my plant. Let me extrapolate that to real life if that went over your head. I know for a fact that my career is going to work out because I planted the seeds. I may not be able to see how much the seeds are working. I may not be able to see a feature of the tree actually growing out, but I know that the fruit that I desire to eat will eventually be in my reality. But I have to do the work. I have to believe. I have to continue to water the plant as if it's a humongous tree, and that my end result is already in my face. I already see it in front of me. And that's the reason why I continue to do it, because I'm not worried about the time frame. I know it's going to work. I'm so confident. I'm so convinced that it's going to work that I don't even need to sit and worry about a time frame anymore. The time frame is not important to me. That's not my goal, to figure out, oh, how long is it going to take? Am I going to sit and watch the tree try to grow? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit and wait, because I'm so busy taking action. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking so much action to the point where you cannot tell me no. I am so convinced. I am so focused and so determined to continue to provide value that I am not worried about when the 100 subscribers is going to come. That's not in my focus. I don't care about that. As long as it's 1 or 2 people that I'm showing, and I understand that I'm planting these seeds, and one day that I'll be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor because of the amount of value that I provided, and I seen no result, I'm totally fine with that. And to go back to what we was talking about a few minutes ago, that's where the bosses are. And that's going to end our video off today, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you smack that like button. I'll see y'all soon, bro. Peace out.